Hello, lovelies. Welcome to another Ballet Deconstructed. This is where we break down and analyze some of the most beautiful dancers on the planet. Today we are going to be analyzing Yasmine Naghdi and Matthew Ball. Now, they just performed Swan Lake at the Royal Ballet, the Royal Opera House, that was streamed live in cinemas. I would love to be able to do some analyzation of that. However, there's nothing on YouTube yet. So I did Google them and found them doing Bluebird from Sleeping Beauty. And this is several years ago. I believe the Royal Ballet posted this 4 years ago. So we are going to go through this and watch these two stunning dancers do Bluebird from the Sleeping Beauty. So let's get right into it. One thing before we start, actually, that I want to clear up about Bluebird in the Sleeping Beauty. All of the characters in Act 3 are fellow fairy tale characters coming to the royal wedding of Aurora and Prince Desir, or Prince Florimond, depending on the version. The Bluebird of Happiness is not a very well-known fairy tale, but it was back when Sleeping Beauty was choreographed. And so one of the most common misconceptions about Bluebird is that they are both birds. They are not. The female dancer is Princess Florine. She is a princess. She is a human. The male dancer is the bird. So Matthew's character is the Bluebird, not Yasmine's. Big misconception. A lot of people think that she is the bird. She is not the bird. He is the bird, and he is teaching her to fly. So you'll see a lot of, the listening. That's her listening for him. And he is teaching her to fly, hence all of the beats and the jumps and the bird arms. She's not the bird, he is. So just want to go ahead and clarify that before we get into this. So let's go ahead and watch this. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, here we go. All right, see right away, right here. Listening. She's not the bird, she's the princess. Such a big misconception. Now, I want you to watch her do this arabesque. She does it on both of them. Yasmine, one of the things I love about her balances is they're active. She doesn't get up there and just stop. It's a constant pull. It's a constant energy. So watch this arabesque. We're going to slow-mo it, as we always do. And watch. She just keeps lifting, 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 lifting. Do you see the leg never actually stops? There's like a lift, a lift, a lift. It keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. Then it comes down, and she's also lifting up in her hip. Watch in real time. See how it's active? She's active. She's listening for him, and Matthew comes on. See all the beats. He is the bird. She is not. Watch the balance again. It's active, 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 active. You see that? It's never just... There's an energy through her fingertips, through her upper body, through everything lengthening before she goes to the knee. Watch this second one. The second one's even better than her first one. So she glissades, places her feet. You know I'm big on that. And lengthen, 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 lengthen. Look, she's never stopping. It keeps growing, 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 even up in this supporting hip right here before she kneels to the floor. Matthew too, actually. Watch him. Watch this arabesque from him. He's going to keep it growing as well. Arabesque, 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 reach, 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 reach. Do you see how it never stops? That's a balance. Dancers, a balance isn't simply a position and you hope to stay. It's still active. There's still a reach. There's still an energy. There's into the floor. It's out through the fingertips. They both did it really well. So another thing I want you to notice is with Yasmine, and she's so expansive in her dancing, and this is a way to do it. She never simply, to get into the next step, she never steps where her foot is. She always goes further. So watch her get into this bourrée with him. So we're going to watch it in slow-mo from here. Beautiful beats by Matthew, little Bluebird port de bras. See where her foot is and watch where she actually steps. There. Do you see how far she went? She didn't just step where her tendu is, right here. This is where her tendu is, and then to get into the bourrée, look how far she steps. Way out, expansive, right? Little Bluebird arms. Gorgeous. Ladies, when you're partnered, you still have to do your job. If you watch closely, she kind of does this turn by herself. You can't simply rely on the guy to do the turn for you. You have to push for 2 or 3 or 4, however many it is, on your own. He shouldn't have to paddle you, which Matthew doesn't. Watch. Goes to 4th. He's just the guide. He flicks her, and he's just kind of a guide. He's just guiding her around. He's not like actively making the turn. She does this turn by herself. He initiates, which we've talked about before. Watch this hand. He initiates, so we go together. He flips her, but then she is so lifted, held straight, and doing this turn by herself. Her spot is coming around. Then she slows down to the passe. There. Développé. Look, even here you can see in a still photograph, there's energy through her foot, there's energy through this finger. It's not a stiff energy, it's a reach, and she uses her back beautifully. Let's go back for a second. I want you to see all of that from the beginning, and I want you to watch the energy through both of their backs. Their backs, they're not just using their arms, it's from their center. We're gonna watch in real time. Watch from their center. Look, even there, there's this lift in both of their cores. See, reach, 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 yes. Listening for him, oh, arabesque Matthew, gorgeous. Beautiful beats, clean beats for him. Pass the toe, forward to 4th. Does he initiate? She holds herself. And then through the fingertips, using her center. And then the développé keeps going, 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 going into the attitude. Tricky hand change there, so watch. From here, by the way, another thing with this promenade, this is actually a little bit easier of a promenade than normal, but he also initiates, she stays with him. If she was to go fast, you would lose it. Watch. She stays with him. She lets him lead, she lets him lead, she lets him lead, she stays square. Now, what's happening here is this hand is gonna go to a shoulder, so she can then take this hand with his left. Goes to a shoulder and left. You see that? This hand actually makes this. This hand is irrelevant. Not irrelevant, but watch her right arm. The idea is not to see it. Passes to the shoulder right there, yes. And then look at that balance too. It's a constant, She's obviously not doing Odette Odile here, but she's still doing bird-like, even though she's not the bird. And so this is how her Odette Odile was also. There's like this expansiveness. It never stops. Watch the end of that promenade again. Reach. And he does it too. He is so aware of her. This is one of the reasons I love watching him. He is right there with her, feeling it, but still supporting her. So watch his upper back as she does her beautiful arabesque. Look at him, look at him. Look, he's very aware of her, and he's yep, doing the same thing. Look, active balance, active balance, active balance. He has such a lift to his cabriole, and we've talked about this before too. You never see the landing in his torso. He stays lifted each time he lands. Watch this cabriole from this arabesque. We're gonna do it in slow motion, or this attitude, sorry. Attitude, chassé, watch his torso. He's gonna stay lifted. Look at the lift in his back, and then watch it on the landing. You don't even see him land. He just comes down. So many dancers telegraph. Matthew doesn't telegraph his landings. That's why he looks so light. Little bird arm there, love that. Here's another place. Seems like an easy thing, but promenades are so difficult. She is going to try and match her shoulder position with his on this promenade. So as we go around, she's gonna stay with him, with him, with him, with him, with him, with him, with him. Then he's gonna initiate this pirouette with this hand. This hand is going to lift her up, and that's when she's gonna know when to turn. Watch. So from here, slow-mo, slow-mo, slow-mo. Watch his right arm, right here, this arm. He's gonna go and that's how she knows when to pull in for the turn. Again, she's holding herself. Look, he's not really doing a whole lot on her waist. He's gonna stop her on this arabesque right there. Look, she almost wanted to go past, but he's like, nope, we're done. And then so she knows, okay, I'm gonna square it up now and reach. And look at them here. Energy here, energy here, and here, and here, and here, and here. This is not a stagnant arabesque. So watch that promenade in real time again. So we go around, we stay square with our shoulders, square with our shoulders, square with our shoulders. His right arm initiates. She holds herself. He's helping her around. She almost goes past, but he stops her. And we reach and see there's still a lift there. There's always a lift in their torso. Good. Sarah, nice and beautiful. This is one other thing I want you to see with partnering that is such a small detail that most people don't notice. And this is for anybody who's partnering. When you do a finger turn, the boy's arm cannot be straight up. He has to go slightly forward, so her arm is over her own head. So watch. Here, see how her arm is over her head and he's slightly at an angle? Do you see this? This is correct. So many dancers, reasons finger turns don't go well or up promenades or partnering like that is because the boy has his arm straight up. That is not the case. We need it to be diagonal, so it's over her head. This is perfect example of that. I mean, they're principals with the Royal Ballet, so you would assume it would be perfect. Look, it stays over her head, it stays over her head, it stays over her head. Right here too, you can see even that it's above her own head and he's slightly forward. He also readjusts and steps to the side of her so he doesn't get hit with a leg. He's not directly behind her on this. He is here. Look, we're here. Then he is gonna step to the side so he doesn't get hit with this knee. See, subtle details. And now he's nice and away from her. He can keep her arm right over her head and be in a beautiful position to finish that turn. So the guy is never really straight up and down in terms of himself. He is straight up and down in terms of her. Let's go back and watch that in real time. I love her serre too, her little beat. Up. Oh, it's over her head, it's over her head, it's over her head. He steps to the side so he doesn't get hit with the knee. And then he's right there for the développé and doesn't have to move. There's not a like weird shuffle behind her. Gorgeous. Look at that balance too. Just reach, and he's matching her. He's so hyper aware of her. There's length through his leg. It's just, this Bluebird is not the most difficult pas de deux. It's hard for the guy. The solo is very difficult, but it's this clean, like beautiful presence and detail is what makes this look stunning. Up and over him. Okay, here is where, let's go back and watch this. If you can see, she's gonna give him a little push with her foot, but he still initiates the lift. If she was to jump early, he'd be like, what is happening? So watch, we do the arabesque, we do the chassé. She's gonna push with this foot, but he is gonna initiate the up. She's not gonna jump too much. Do you see she waits for him? She waits. If she was to go, this is another common problem. The guy has no idea where you are. She has to wait for him. Let him lead. I get that correction all the time. She pushes but waits, is up and over him. Now he's straight up and down. This is a lock. We call this a lock. It's a press. They lock straight up. Oftentimes those are easier for the guys than carries. This full straight arm, lock it up. That's what this lift is. I love her little bird arm, and it's because she initiates it with her wrist. Watch her wrist. We're gonna watch this in slow motion. I want you to notice her port de bras. So we go up. Look at the wrists. You can really see it in slow motion. It's the wrist and the arm and the hand. She's speaking with her full port de bras, up and out with her head too. Everything is up and on a diagonal. Her vision line, up and on a diagonal, up on a diagonal, right? She's not this way, she's up and out. Here as well, she waits for him to put her down. Do you see how she's still straight up and down and doesn't like anticipate the ground? He has to initiate the up and the down. So she's gonna stay tall, she's gonna stay tall, she's gonna stay tall, she's gonna stay tall, keep the foot pointed right to the end. Oh, she lands on point, so that's irrelevant. But right to the end, he makes sure she's okay, then release, and we go to arabesque. And look at the wrist, look at the wrist. Beautiful, watch it in real time. So we're up and over, we're over her head, he's out of the way. Our active balance, he initiates it, he locks her up, wrist up and out on a diagonal. She's gonna stay lifted till he puts her down. He's gonna make sure she's good and then releases the arm to there. Yep. His beautiful beats, I want you to notice Matthew's beats. It's because he goes side to side. You can't beat with a kind of rond de jambe feel, this kind of out and around or even forward and back. He is so side to side slicing and it's really, really obvious. Watch. Let me brighten this up a little bit. There we go. So, watching his beats, he stays lifted, but watch how side to side his beats are. Do you see that? It's very tight and it's side to side. There's no rond de jambe, there's no front and back. It's a slice in and out, and that starts at bar with your dégagés, by the way. See the slice? Slice, slice, slice. Okay? This is another place where the girl has to do her job, but let him lead. Because it's a bourrée de fourth, it's a pirouette, it's an arabesque, and a penché. And if you're not on the same page, it's not good. So watch. Watch in slow-mo. So here we are. He initiates. I guarantee it's been planned ahead of time how many turns. I think like, okay, we're gonna do 3, so everybody's on the same page. 3 to arabesque. He dips her. Do you see? She stays lifted. Watch his hands. He initiates this penché. All right, we're going down now, and then she follows. And he's gonna initiate the up too. Yep, around. Watch one more time. We're gonna keep going in slow-mo. Beautiful beats. Our side-to-side beats, straight in and out. Yep. Going past our toe, bourrée to fourth. She does her job. She holds herself. 1, 2, 3. Again, triple both times. He's gonna dip her. She doesn't just dive. And then we come up and around, and he lifts her up. So let's go back and watch that, because the third one doesn't go to a penché. Watch these in real time. Beautiful beats. Bourrées to fourth. 3, 1, 2, 3. Arabesque, he dips her. Around, lets her go. Our beautiful Matthew beats. Bourrée to fourth. 1, 2, 3. Arabesque, he dips her. Around. Now he's gonna also initiate this last one. It doesn't go to penché, but it goes, I believe it goes to Alscon. Bourrée to fourth. She does her job. 1, 2, 3. 4 on that one to up. But do you see she waits for him. There's a half-second delay that she waits for him. So watch. We go around, we go around. He's gonna stop her, then she goes up. See? Yep. Fall. Beautiful. He also, right there, this is actually nice. He has her so wrapped in. Yes, this hand is important, but the other thing that's important is this elbow. He's got her wrapped in, and he doesn't let go till he makes sure she's fine. Watch. We go up. She falls. She's good. Now I'm going to let go of my arm. Yeah. Always make sure she's good before he lets go. Up. Beautiful. I love, they match their port-de-bras so well. They really do. It's like they have identical lines, which I think is one of the reasons the two of them together are so lovely. Moment to breathe. Here. This is another place. Développé à la seconde with a partner can get a little bit funky, but this arm, again, is sort of in front of her. It's not behind her. He's got it a little bit to the front. She's also square on face to the audience. He's slightly on a diagonal to her to make sure she's fine. If he opens up too much, she's going over. So he's you can see it in his tunic. He's slightly on a diagonal. Make sure she's good. Little wrist action. And then watch her bottom foot as she lets go. I see this all the time with point work. So many dancers pull back. As she lets go, she pushes her ankle even further to give herself a better chance to balance. So watch this bottom foot. Watch the bottom foot. Watch, she lets go. Look, do you see she pushed it even further? Watch one more time. This is how you stay on a balance. Not by bailing, but it's literally like doing an active tendu. Let's watch. Go back. Slow motion. Watch down here. As she lets go further with the arch. Do you see that? That, active, active. And up to the bird. Another place, do you see how this, she's finished and his arm is not quite there yet because he made sure she was fine. Watch the rewind. See the rewind? Make sure she's up there. She's good, final pose. Now I can let go of one arm. I guarantee you if she wasn't fine and he had a moment, this arm wouldn't come out. The plan B version, if she's not secure, is they don't let go. And the audience doesn't really know. This makes it more impressive that it's a one-arm situation. But if the dancer's not fine, he's not letting go. But she was fine, so he did. Watch in real time. She's also gonna keep her torso lifted. Yep, she's good. Now I'm gonna let go. Yep. And then she's gonna stay lifted as we come down too. Because that can be awkward coming down. She's gonna stay up. Watch her on this bird lift, call it the bird lift. One more time. Watch her torso. She doesn't dip. She doesn't try and do it. She stays lifted. She bot-maws and she does her job and lets him do the rest. Stay lifted, bot-maw, and he's gonna do it. And up and out, energy through the fingertips. And there. Look at this. Energy, energy, not locked. Energy. Her eye line is up and out. She's not straightforward, up and out. And then he's solid. Gorgeous. Let's watch one more time from the beginning, all the way through. Notice the energetic balances. Notice that he initiates. And notice that everything doesn't stop and they're using their backs. Energetic balance, listening for him. Beautiful clean beats. Ah, there you can see it too. That was beautiful. Past her toe. We go again, energetic. Gorgeous. Energetic, arabesque, yes, it never stops. Clean side beats. Past the toe. Bourrée de force, she does her job. Lengthening around, she waits for him and he's there. Promenade, she stays square. He makes sure he's slightly in front of her. The right hand switches to the shoulder and then the left hand matching the port de bras, gorgeous. Torso stays lifted on the descent. Now she's gonna stay square to him. Shoulders exactly like him and then right arm initiates. He stops her. She wants to go a little further, but nope, we're good. Such a lift in the core. Arms over her head. He's gonna step to the side so he doesn't get hit. And then he can stay right there on the développé. Up, he's gonna do the lift. She doesn't jump too much. Up and out with the eye line, stays tall in the descent. And reach, 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 reach. Little wrist action. Sideways beats. She does her job. 1, 2, 3. Arabesque, he does the penché. Their torsos are staying up the whole time. 1, 2, 3. Arabesque, penché. Beautiful. Sideways beats. This one's 4. She goes to 4th, stays tall, does her job. 1, 2, 3, 4, up. He makes sure she's fine. Arms match exactly. Slightly in front of her, just a little bit. He's angled towards her, and that bottom foot goes even more as she lets go. She stays tall. He makes sure she's good, and then let's go. Absolutely gorgeous. Clean, clean, clean. This is like clean pas de deux 101. So absolutely stunning. I would love to analyze their Swan Lake, and if they put up any of the Swan Lake, I will do that. As always, let me know. Anybody else you want to see deconstructed? Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you so much, and I'll see you next time.